I think what people will see is the love that was put into the film when they watch it on screen. I think that's some of the spark that comes through it. Drew and I being a couple and also being able to make this film in our community.
Hi, everybody. I'm Cheryl Crisp from Movieguide, and this is Coffee and Conversation with Festival of Trees. This is such a cute, funny, heartwarming Christmas movie. Tell us about Festival of Trees.
Festival of Trees is essentially the story of an interior designer, Jackie, who decides that she needs to level up her design business and be seen for the artist that she actually is, and that the answer to that is to enter the Festival of Trees competition. The design competition of Festival of Trees is essentially what does put a designer on the map. It's essentially like a little bit Devil Wears Prada. She's up against the big, established, a little bit rude, a little bit selfish, cutthroat designer that is the one to beat. And she and her tiny little design studio, it's David and Goliath, right? They've got to kind of go up against them. And along the way, she relearns the lesson that Christmas is not about just the decorations and making the perfect tree and all of that stuff, but through a series of very funny, silly, fun antics, she kind of is reminded that Christmas is about others. It's about giving. It's about generosity. It's about who you gather with over the holidays and demonstrating love and care for them and that sort of thing. So it's just like a really funny movie with a heartwarming message.
Yeah, I call it a buddy rom-com. That's what I got.
That's perfect. Christmas is the most wonderful time of year, and you are a husband-wife duo. What was it like being on the set? What was the atmosphere of a Christmas movie and working together?
Personally, it's something I love and prefer. I'm glad that Argentum Entertainment, we're both co-owners in it, and we always say she's the brains, and I'm the guy that just executes her writing. She has incredible writing partners that she teams up with, our support team behind us. When we do table reads on scripts before we greenlight them and we know each other very well. And so she knows my frustrations and my strengths and vice versa. And we feed off of that. And I think we complement each other. I mean, hopefully the movie shows it, but I think we complement each other well. And it's something I enjoy very much.
I think what people will see is the love that was put into the film when they watch it on screen. I think that's some of the spark that comes through it is, Drew and I being a couple and also being able to make this film in our community. We also got to hire our friends. And so we were essentially having a Christmas party every single day with our friends.
Yeah.
And making something funny and sweet. And we were laughing a lot. The movie's got a lot of silliness in it. Every day was a little bit of a Christmas party. And I think that comes through in the film. You can see how much fun we're all having, I think.
You really can. Everybody loves a new Christmas movie. And I feel like this one, families can gather up on the couch and snuggle up together and have hot chocolate and enjoy it together. Talk about the family values.
Yeah.
Well, it's important for us. We have nothing against rom-coms. We watch them, we love them, but we just didn't want to make a rom-com Christmas movie. Christmas is about kids and family and enjoying and having fun and seeing the beautiful lights and Christmas trees and everything else. And so we just wanted to get back to that kind of feel for this Christmas movie. And you nailed it. It's family. It's family values. I mean, without family, who are we? How do we recognize who we really are without the people around us to help support us and to help raise us? And so we didn't want to put one element on it. We wanted to kind of branch it out to A Christmas Story is one of my favorite movies of all time, right? She has a different one, but it's that kind of feeling. It's camaraderie. It's funny. It's a buddy comedy. You have all the connected resources that you need to make a Christmas movie. But at the end of the day, it's not based off of one dynamic. It's based off of multiple.
Yeah, and I think some of the values that we really highlight in the film, for me, two of the central themes of the film are friendship and generosity. I'm big on, there's so many definitions of family, right? There's the family you're born into. There's a family that you choose at some point in your life that are your friendships and your community and people that become family. And I think that we get to see that defined a lot throughout this movie. Our lead character talks about in the film that she doesn't really have a family anymore. And yet you see with her friendship with Heather, her assistant, that is her family, that this friend that she trusts and is so loyal to, this is her chosen family. And then as she meets people along the way in the film, they also feel almost immediately like family, which is really nice. And so I think that, and then, yeah, the main real message of it, I think, being thinking about others.
Yeah.
You know, we live in this society now with social media and all this where it's just very like me driven. How can I get likes? How can I get viewers? How can I get content? How can I get people to look at me? And that's what's going to validate me as a person. And I think when we realize that it's actually turning that outward, and that's what our hero in the film realizes, is that turning that lens outward and thinking about other people and trying to celebrate other people's stories are actually the things that are going to bring us fulfillment.
Yeah.
Get the latest uplifting news and interviews from your favorite media at Movieguide. Like and subscribe and join the millions of families that follow your values. Now back to the show.
I love that there's a charity aspect to the movie. I feel like sometimes we're so busy preparing for Christmas that we actually forget what Christmas is truly about. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, well, it's always important for us, especially when we started our Gensum Entertainment. We always wanted to give back if we did something internally from A to Z. And so we always partner with a charity with every project we do fully internally. And Children's Health Carolina was a perfect fit for this. Up TV is doing something very special with children's healthcare, and we're so excited about that. They're going to be showing it for all the kids in the hospital and giving them something positive. And we wanted to make sure we could do that for them as well. The great thing about Children's Healthcare and our partnership is that it's full circle. You know, Festival of Trees was something that was a big part of their charity starting out, and now it's been taken over and they're still collaborating with them. And it just all came in a full circle with this movie and allowed us to do something special. And we're excited about it. We really are. They've been an incredible partnership. And can I just say, this Christmas movie, it's a kid that reminds the adults what Christmas is really about, which we forget sometimes because we get caught up in trying to get that perfect gift or stressed out about, money or this or that or running out of time. And it's the children of this movie that finally makes the adults recognize that Christmas just is about this, and it just gets back to that part of it. And that's what I love about this whole thing. I really do. This is what makes me so happy about this movie.
All right, last question I'm going to ask you. Describe what it's like on a Christmas movie set.
We got really lucky with this Christmas movie because most Christmas movies, because I've done several, most of them are shot in the summer and it's swelteringly hot. And you're having to source all of this insane Christmas gack, in the middle of summer. We got really lucky because we shot this film during Christmas time. We shot it between Thanksgiving and Christmas. It was fun because everybody was kind of utilizing the film as like their own preparation for their own Christmas celebrations and things like that. I think there is something really special about making a film that's just centered around a time of year that people want to feel good about. I think the holidays can be hard for a lot of reasons, but I think there's like a general desire for joy and a general desire for peace and love and community and hope and that sort of thing. And so there is something about even just like bringing out that tinsel and pulling out those ornaments and putting candles on things that just, I think, gives a general feeling of good.
Well, and bringing in special food trucks, and things like that over the holidays to do it. And the beauty of this, most Christmas movies are done around the June, July going in, because they're already set up. But for us, like she was saying, I love location shooting. I love it. Done right visually, they are heavy art department. And the ongoing joke on this thing was I'd walk in and go, "Michael, great job." And everybody would go, "Just Michael, what are you talking about?" It was like 20 of We were able to pull in a lot of our friends from different studio shoots that we've been a part of here in Georgia that have been on all the big studio stuff, but built relationships with. And so a lot of our keys, I just said, "Hey, you want to come play on this movie with us?" And they're like, "Yeah, that sounds great. Let's go do it right before the holidays." And it was just a beautiful friendship camaraderie of everybody coming together and, like she said, just enjoying Christmas leading into Christmas.
We also had a lot of fun because we could do some themed stuff behind the scenes where we had days where it was like everyone was wearing ugly Christmas sweaters. And like Drew mentioned, we had one day that we had been shooting outside for a while and it had been particularly cold. And so I hired a grilled cheese and tomato soup truck to come out.
Oh, yum.
And give everyone, because it was just like, it was freezing cold and it was so nice to get really good warm comfort food. And I think all of that stuff just like added to the whole thing felt like one big Christmas party.
If I may plug one company real quick, Scott's Christmas Tree Farm, we were looking for a location and it was coming down to where everybody was already picking up their trees and everything else. We talked to Scott Christmas Tree Farm, and I'm going to tell you, this man right here set us up in a completely different parking lot. And went way over beyond what we thought we were going to get. We showed up and I was like, "Oh my gosh." And literally his thing was, he goes, "Guys, I once I realized you partner with Children's Healthcare and what your message is in this movie and who you guys are, I couldn't just do it halfway." I mean, to this day I get chills. So Scott, you're amazing if you get to hear this.
That's actually another just really fun anecdote is our last day of shooting was like December 15th or something. Yeah. And none of our crew had been able to decorate their homes for Christmas because we had been filming for weeks. And our very last day of shooting was on the Christmas tree lot. And so pretty much our entire crew just bought a Christmas tree at the end of the day and loaded it up. So we're like actually loading Christmas trees onto people's cars to leave the set for the day because they were like, "We have had no time. We'll just buy this tree that's on the set and take it home." So it was fun.
I need to figure out how to get a snow cappuccino.
Yeah, the coffee shop that we filmed that in is a local coffee shop actually called the Lazy Labrador here, and I think they're running as a Christmas drink special this year. They're running the snow cappuccino in the coffee shop. Yeah, it's
so good. I think he had to make 12 of those.
A lot
because they wouldn't last very long because you had to eat them, so we had to make 12 of them.
Hey there, movie fans! Great news! Movieguide and VidAngel have paired up to bring you a free 30-day trial exclusively for Movieguide users. That's right. Click the link in the description today to start your free 30-day trial of VidAngel. Happy viewing.
If you enjoy videos that follow your values like ours and you want to help us continue, go to movieguide.org/donate because we're actually a nonprofit. You may not know that, but we're working in Hollywood every day to help families have more choices that follows their values. And also subscribe right now.